are live here from the most exciting game of the day. I think they saved the best to the last. This is the host TFK, Trondheim Frisbee Club against Ekeberg Frisbee Club. And as we just saw, it was TFK had their fairly famous warm-up song. With me, or I'm with you, I guess. Gayan, you're a TFK player. Unfortunately injured, so you can't play, but we're very lucky to have you here on commentary instead.
It's a great privilege being able to see all this great ultimate. Also, have the best seat in the house, except for playing with TFK, pulling on that yellow jersey. Such an honor. Let's see if they can defend their series. TFK and ESK have traditionally played really tight matches. TFK has struggled finding out or figuring out Ekeberg's zone, and Ekeberg have some reason been able to penetrate TFK's defense quite well.
Yeah, so to make this interesting, we have a bet going on here. I, of course, Oslo player rooting for Ekeberg, and Gayan, who are you rooting for this game?
If I want to return to TFK at any point, of course I'm rooting for TFK.
Okay, so if I'm rooting for TFK, can I also play for them?
Sure, but it might be difficult getting through the selection process.
Challenge accepted. No, yeah, but I think the key point of this game will be how can TFK manage to break through Ekeberg's zone defense that they played basically all day. And especially in the end zone, they're putting up a wall of 3 players, Ekeberg, with usually Sitara and Svein often chasing. So they've been running a lot today, and the zone has been working very well against most teams that I've seen. But TFK has a lot of experienced handlers, players, and just, of course, are always to be counted. And also, I think Ekeberg, they've tried to play a pretty fast give-and-go game. Don't let the opposition team get to set up the defense. So Ekeberg with the pull here. We'll see Magnus with the pull. And also on the line is Ole, Kirsten, Mutt, and Svein. So that's, of course, a very strong line. Who do we have on TFK here? Gayan.
On TFK, they're starting with Magne, a well-known handler. Ivan gets the disc up the line. Marit, who goes deep.
Inga Ballo doesn't need any introduction, I guess, with the pink armrest.
If you've played in Norway, you've seen Inga, that's for sure. And then Steinar, the gazelle from Trondheim, never stops running. It's like a clock on steroids.
So TFK often, you see when Inga has the disc, he's looking deep, often for Magne, who's going for a long cut. But that doesn't work against Ekeberg's zone, because Magnus is standing deep, as we call it, and watching all kind of the long cuts. But that's exactly what happened there. So Steinar kind of felt he had the throw in, and it seemed like Inga was a bit upset. Let's see if Steinar comes back and gets the defense, so he cleans up his own mess, if that's allowed to say, kind of.
Yeah, I agree. They were actually able to break through the first element of Ekeberg's zone. Had they been a bit more cool-blooded, they might have been able to move it in further up the field. Let's see what they do now.
But at the same time, I kind of feel like if Steinar felt he had to throw in and can make it, I mean, you definitely kind of need to go for it every now and then. But I mean, it's the first point. Both teams probably a bit nervous, but and Ole Mosaren is super happy getting the first point for Ekeberg there, passing it on to Kirsten Klauser all the way from the US. Oh wait, she doesn't have a home.
I think one of the most interesting aspects between this matchup is the mental aspect. I think that Ekeberg actually getting that break which means scoring on TFK's offense will hugely benefit Ekeberg, and TFK needs to pull this back fast, and in my opinion needs to take the lead just to have that edge on Ekeberg.
Absolutely. In for Ekeberg, Hannu, Christina, and Eivind Bjørkås with the white headband there, of course. And of course, they're playing with the hats because it's Magnus's birthday today. But that doesn't help when you're pulling out of bounds. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with the mental game. If I know Ekeberg has a very good spirit within the game. As they say, play hard, party hard. And if they get the momentum here, like if they're able to break a couple of times and score, I definitely think that's going to be the key to kind of break TFK's spirit. And there it is. Magnus passes it to Eivind Telte Bjørkås in the end zone, and it's 2-0 for the away team. That is Ekeberg.
And we see that as TFK usually do struggle with Ekeberg's zone, I think that Ekeberg's zone has improved, and it doesn't seem that the TFK has thought up any ways to actually defeat this zone. Sometimes they're able to swing the disc and break through, but as this game stands, I give the edge to Ekeberg.
It's too late to change teams now, Gayan, but thanks for the thought. No, yeah, but because TFK are definitely able to. They're strong enough handlers to kind of swing it. Like now, they're just going to reset, so they can basically swing all day. It's to get the last pass in the end zone, of course. Not taking too many risks, I guess. So now Ekeberg has put up the wall. Let's see if TFK has the patience to break through, and they do. Well, it looks like a kind of risky throw, but at the same time he had it. Inga was there. They scored, so I'm not sitting here complaining. Well, actually I am, but because that's why I'm here.
And you there's the goal from Eivind, and you see that they're struggling with the quick movements. I think like an offense without a blade or a hammer, then it's not TFK playing. It's part of their, I don't know, DNA, their style, their flair.
Yep.
It's such an integrated part of the way they move the disc forward. They're absolutely fearless doing it, and I think it catches a lot of teams off guard because they're willing to take the risk, and sometimes they pay the price, and sometimes they reap the benefit. Let's see how Ekeberg moves the disc this time.
Magnus is major poached there by Inga. He's not even within the 3 meter before he can start the stall count. So Magnus has a lot of time. Catches up with Svein. Seems like some kind of foul on the mark there, but easily resolved, and they keep on playing. Christina with the mustache here, put it on for the moment. Oh, and that's a foul called. It's a foul call for Kirsten there. Also with the mustache for the time being.
And there you see Eivind doing the foul call, which is hitting your lower arm with the other arm, and then showing the sign for uncontested, giving the disc back to Christian. Good spirit, good knowledge of the game.
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy the rest of this game, right?
As you hope to expect from every player, but especially Eivind, it's no surprise.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Being also the leader of the Ultimate Committee in Norway.
He is without doubt a flat bowler. Even him not being able to stop that Ekeberg offense, and the score is now 3-1.
Yeah.
Ekeberg's.
Yeah, so Ole there with a hammer to kind of a slow hammer over to Magnus. Eivind is going for the disc, and when it doesn't get it, then it leaves Kirsten completely open, and it's a lovely pass from Magnus there, just under Eivind's arm.
Is it a look of defeat on Eivind's face at that moment?
Well, yeah, we have the best live stream in the country, probably in Northern Europe, probably in Europe. So we had the slow-mo replay there. And I agree. Eivind looked a bit disappointed. But okay, new point. Ekeberg up 3-1. I'm not surprised.
Me neither. They absolutely need to figure out this one out. And Magne is looking terribly alone in that situation. Finds Ingar with a good hammer. They need to set up their end zone play. Doesn't seem like they're ready. There are 3 people in the end zone now. 2 is cutting out. This is unorganized. And moves out.
So, Gayan being strict here, but honest. So that's good.
Ingar calling the shots, asking people to leave the end zone. Now 2 players unmarked by TFK. The disc goes up, Eivind catches it, 4-1.
And again, hello to bestefar Rolf Tore, if you're still watching. Håper du fremdeles ser på Rolf Tore, også foreldrene til Eivind som på bobilferie I Danmark. Yeah, so that's 4-1 to Ekeberg, and well, there's still a lot of time left, but if TFK doesn't do anything about the zone, it's a done deal here. I would say already. It looks, yeah, something needs to happen, definitely.
And if it wasn't for the game in Bergen this spring, where TFK was down 6-1 and actually won the game, I would completely agree. But if you rule TFK out, you haven't seen enough of them, because they have this enormous ability of just hammering through, literally, and just being able to change the game. Magne going for the jump in.
That's the best I've seen all day. Even Sykkel Magne, as I call him. And it's a bit, oh, yeah, Ingar not too happy with that. Of course, he was able to reel it in one-handed catch there, but it was just not able to get it. But yeah, so we also have to say, so this is the last game of the day. Both teams have won all their games in the pool, so this is the kind of the pool final. The winner, Sitara able to get that and breaks out a hammer for Kirsten. Not too happy with that, but I mean, she had a good look. She can make it. It was just a little overthrown. Yeah. So yeah, the winner of this game will, in the semi-final tomorrow, face BSI, while as the loser will face Pancake. So 2 very interesting semis tomorrow. Make sure to tune in for that. But let's focus on this game first.
And here we see TFK moving the disc forward in traditional TFK fashion, using hammers, using blades.
Putting Ingar in the end zone there behind Magnus. And you can see they're very good at going in and out of the end zone, making a lot of movement so that the wall to Ekeberg can never kind of stand still and rest.
I think one of their mistakes is not overloading a single player, but they're able to score. But still cutting into the same space, forcing the player to choose, the defender to choose, and then exploiting that by throwing it to another player. But then watch this. It's a good throw. Marit is there with the catch. I mean, this is
a good catch.
Yeah.
Mats is definitely on that. And pressuring her, so it's very good that she stays calm and catches it.
Yep, Marit has really taken the next step in her development as an ultimate player. Complained that she haven't played enough this fall. Nobody would tell from the way she plays.
Well, I mean, no one has played enough this fall, I guess, but. Except Magnus, he's played way too much. Or even Kirsten. Kirsten has played even more than Magnus. She doesn't have a place to stay, doesn't have a job, so she only plays Ultimate. She's not a professional because she's not getting paid.
Brilliant.
ISO play there from Ekeberg, and now you see the fast movement just up the line. Björkos is able to tow it in, and that must be discouraging for Trondheim to have to work for every point, while as Ekeberg it seemed just like bam, 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 and then thank you, ma'am.
And
Eivind is doing some stretching on the side there. Oh, actually getting help. So
might be cramps.
it's cramps. It's costing with towings, they say. But that doesn't matter because Eivind just got brand new spike and tires for his bike for free. So a cramp here, a cramp there, doesn't matter. So that's 5-2 to Ekeberg, keeping the lead. Solid 3-point cushion. Keeping on with the zone defense, and Svein and Sitara running as always.
Pretty clear foul.
As Svein said, we just run into each other.
That's the thing you should probably try to avoid.
Yeah.
And
Inga breaks out just straight away a hammer because Vilde was open there, but the throw wasn't very accurate from my perspective. I could be wrong.
This is part of the mental aspect. When TFK start to struggle, I think they start hesitating with their throws. But that's a good defense, giving TFK that second chance. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Really good defense there by Sykkelmagne, who doing the work, running all the way back on defense.
As some would say, historically, Magne is the strongest player in Ultimate Norway. If you get that joke, you get it. If you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, and Sitara and Svein is working their asses off here on the zone defense, really making Trondheim work for every point. And like we said, it's always, I mean, a score is a score, but if it takes you 4 minutes and 100 passes, it's a lot of work.
Let's see how they solve this now. They swing. Ingard in the end zone. Eivind gets the disc on the line. Magne throws it back. Ingard wants to be a part of this. Steinar.
So Inga is always looking for someone free. Oh, it takes that. Oh, that's a kind of a risky. And you can see Eivind is rubbing his fairly bald head there. Because Magnus was very close to getting just a tip of his finger. You can see here on the replay. And also Magnus is a bit, he thought he could have had it. But it's a good awareness there for Sykkelmagne to catch it.
So, score is 3-5.
Yeah, and definitely anything can happen, and I think anything will happen, actually. So that's going to be very interesting to watch all the things that's going to happen. So just stay tuned. If you have any questions for the commentary, just send me a text. Don't do it if you're watching this in replay, because, well, I mean, I can still answer. Kirsten with the mustache and the disc. Oh, that's a low throw from Eivind. That's...
And
it's a score.
Score.
And it's a score.
Frustration mounting in the TFK players.
Yeah.
Obviously not pleased with how easy Ekeberg is able to score. I am a bit surprised, I must say, that TFK haven't planned for this. They've struggled with ASK before, and it doesn't seem like they've practiced against the zone. It doesn't seem like they've worked out how to defend against the quick give and goes.
Yeah, but you can see Ekeberg has planned for this because they're doing all kinds of celebrations. And I heard they had a team meeting on Monday where they spent 1 hour discussing how to celebrate points, and then 1 minute to discuss the zone defense, and 2 minutes to discuss the party train they took on the way up here to Trondheim.
That sounds like ASK as I know them.
Yep.
And Eivind gets the disc, looking for the end zone. Oh, Inga goes up the line.
So this is kind of the crucial part. And they managed to do that very well. Like we talked about earlier, they need to really be fast on when they're halfway on the field, Trondheim, because they can't let Ekeberg set up the three-person wall. That's where they really struggle. And Ingar and Eivind, of course, as they done 1,235 times before.
36.
Now it's so now it's 36. But who's counting? They score.
I think we've kind of criticized TFK, but they're only 2 breaks down. It's not uncommon getting 2 breaks back.
Absolutely, and they definitely have the time. It's still 12 minutes left of the game.
They've stabilized as well.
Yeah, so if TFK are able to do some good Ds and get the morale up again, get the momentum, then of course.
And there's one.
Yeah,
there's
and
one.
Ingar responds to my question by doing a great defense there, covering Magnus. So I would say for TFK now, don't do anything rushed. Just keep calm. Wait for the open pass to Steinar there.
And hear how they respond. This is not just about taking one back, it's also about winning that momentum, winning that psychological battle, which is being fought on so many levels on this field.
Absolutely, and it's a great score there. Eivind just swings it with a nice and easy flick to Steinar, who is wide open, and
makes it look so easy. That
so
smile looks like he's on a Sunday walk.
Let's do a really proper shout out to Steinar, who scored and did the pull. He's making this live stream possible with a lot of help from his good friends on our right side here. Unfortunately, you can't see them, but they're definitely here. So a big shout out for this great live stream.
So much winning. We're not even sick about winning.
Ooh, and that's another turn there.
Let's see. Can they even out the score?
I think so. It looks like Ekeberg is crashing completely.
Why? What makes you say that?
Well, they're throwing it away, and TFK are scoring. So momentum has shifted, just like I expected and forecasted in the newspaper yesterday. But there's still time.
What makes you say that the momentum's changed?
Well, it's like you said. You said it. It doesn't. It's not too uncommon to see 2 breaks in a row, and now TFK did it. The first one was a really good defense by Ingar. The second one was it was a little unfortunate throwaway, I would say, from Ekeberg, but still TFK managed to capitalize immediately, and now their spirit is up again. Ingar is running faster than he hasn't been doing in 20 years. Making a good pull, pressuring them.
And this is a part of the machinery that TFK is, the closeness to their defender. You're never free from a TFK player, and that one is probably out.
Yes, Mats is almost in the sandwich boxes, the green sandwich boxes. So you can see that Ekeberg really doesn't want TFK to settle down. They're doing quick passes. The stall count isn't even at 2, and I think that's definitely a strategy they have. It was just a little bit unlucky with the last pass. And I'm going to see a long throw here from Ingar, as he done before. Vilde reads the disc perfectly. It's a perfect throw from Ingar, end zone to end zone. And now TFK are up by 1 point.
And listen to ESK. The reason why I ask you to listen to them, they're trying to keep their spirits high, but the last point, they were dead silent. They knew that point had impact on this game. And TFK, I've said it before, I'll say it again, beating TFK to 8 points, that's an achievement because they're so strong the first couple of points. Few teams can keep up with them, and as it stands, they probably will lead ESK going into the.
It's a great pull. Yeah, we have 8.5 minutes of very exciting ultimate left. This is why we came. Well, we could have just stayed at home watching the live stream. A little unlucky touch there from Kirsten, not quite able to catch it. So TF can break them again.
And now we've seen 4 breaks in a row.
Yeah.
This is not typically what you see from Ekeberg.
No, not at all. And again, it's just that it seems like the throws have been not 100% precise. And as soon as you're starting to throw not 100% precise passes, it's easy to make a few drops. While as TFK are just swinging it calmly, not making any mistakes. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna jinx it, but it doesn't matter. Nice jump there from Eivind, and they call it out.
Foot on the line.
Foot on the line, and it's out.
It's out.
9 out of 9 times, foot on the line is out.
Svein doing a football pivot there. Gets the disc. Brings it back to Magnus. Magnus has the disc in a good position. There's the break side throw. Magnus, no. Sitara toes the line, it's in.
What a grab. Yeah, like Ekeberg wrote on the info on the roster, do not be fooled by the, appearance of Sitara. She might be small, but she's making great plays. As we saw right now, as a beautiful jump and awesome toe work, making sure she's in the end zone and thus making a score.
There's so much experience in that player, and she's so skilled using her strengths in a way that supports the team, brings out the best in
Absolutely,
other
she's
people
a
as well.
great addition to the roster here at Ekeberg. Like we talked about before, with the kind of new players, Kirsten, Eivind, and Sitara strengthening the team. In addition to Ole on the mark, one of the founders of Ekeberg. Also a pretty solid disc golf player, actually. And TFK back to swing it. Of course, he's looking deep, but Magnus is there. So he's on the side there to Lars Jakob, but it's just a little too wide. Let's see if Ekeberg can break this and again go for the lead. Eivind, of course, is making the, like he always does. You can see immediately when Eivind makes the pass, he's sprinting towards the end zone.
Called by Magnus, called a foul on Ingar, uncontested. This goes in. Still counts 0. And there's a throwaway. There's a throwaway by Magnus. I'm excited because it doesn't happen. He doesn't lose the disc like that. Well, we'll see. Let's see if they can capitalize. Magnus gets the disc. Steinar makes the cut. Not able to get it.
Eivind is tying his shoe, and that's interesting time to do it.
Steinar gets it on the sideline. Looks for a possibility. Blade. Oh, that's a nice catch.
Yeah, it seemed like that's a good throw, and
Wow!
Magnus is showing he had the tip, but as you know, just the tip doesn't count. Vilde Eidem with the perfect score there, putting up the 10th in the end zone, waiting for the long hammer, and gets it.
I can't express how difficult that throw is. You might be able to throw a hammer, you might be able to make it float that far, but you will not be able to throw it that precisely in a situation like this, with your heart pumping like madness. It is an absolutely fantastic throw by Ingar.
How much?
So many times before.
How much did he pay you to say all those nice things about him?
I'm not discussing individual contracts with players on the field.
Okay. Cool. So that's 8-7 to TFK. It's a super exciting game. I can't watch to get back. Oops, I would actually say that's a drop because he didn't even try to catch it. You have to try to catch the pull. If you drop it, that's okay, since it's indoor. Special rules. And that's with the hammer there to Sitara. Something is called.
Okay, Ingar calls a pick.
Dropped pull.
Okay, so Ingar thinks he had the chance to get to the disc. Ekeberg seems like they're not agreeing. So the disc goes back.
Yeah, pick is called. It's not a foul by offense, as the live stream says, I would say. It sounds like Ingar says it's... Yeah, so Ingar says it's a pick. Usually you can't contest a pick, but they're just discussing whether it affected play. And I mean, it's a fair question, but Ingar is still fairly sure that it affected play, that he could have made a run for the disc.
He's not retracting this call.
Doesn't seem like it. Eivind Bjørkås on the side says watch the time, and that's a fairly good point because it's 2.5 minutes left. And it's going to be a game to 30 minutes because I don't think any team will reach 13 points before that. Unless we're going to see some magic, but that's got to be now. And swings it and throws it away. And oh my god, that's a hammer from Ingo.
And there's obvious signs of frustration.
Lars Jakob Furunes there with the score, the bike mechanic. Yeah, precise again. I mean, Inga, he hasn't paid me any money, I can say just now. But I would say he definitely stepped up his game and played what he, as good as, I mean, everyone knows he can. He throws our own point, finding his receivers, and that's one of the reasons why TFK are now up 9-7 against Ekeberg.
I do not like to discuss throws, but it will be interesting seeing the replay on the pick and whether or not he would be able to actually have a play on that pitch. As we see Stein.
And that's a very interesting score there by Eivind Bjørkås. No one calls him Judas, but someone called him Judas because he used to play for TFK. But he moved actually to Oslo just to be able to play for Ekeberg against TFK. That's the rumor, because he said he wanted to have some development in his game and style and skills. And so he apparently studies a little bit on the side, but mostly playing Ultimate.
I've never seen that guy before. I don't know who he is. I don't know his name. Doesn't recognize him at all.
So it's now 9-8 to TFK, and it's 40 seconds left. So
this will most likely, unless TFK scores, go to a Pauga cap.
Oh!
And there's the turn.
Now anything can, this is very interesting. I would say Ekeberg would like to try to... they're not in a rush, because, I mean, time can go out and they can still score, and then it will be a game to 10. 9+1. Looks for Kirsten. She's making the score, and you can see Eivind is super happy with that. Kirsten as well with her party hats. And it's 9-9.
Which means
it's game to 11.
Yes, because the next point will make it 10-9 to one of the teams. Which means
how
you
much?
add 10-9 to one of the teams, and then you add 1 point to the highest, which will be 11, which means that it's game to 11.
Yeah, and like they said on the field, Magnus and Stein is just confirming game to 11. Yeah, it was a bit of sloppy throw there by Ingar, who made the turn, but also very good awareness there from Sitara on the defense. This is a nail biter, like we said before the game. Eivind is trying to go deep. Magnus is watching him, so he's coming back under.
Magne gets free. Finds. Tries to jump in.
It's a nice jump there from Eivind.
Doesn't get there. Blades it.
Blades it. Never do that with Mats, the puppet master, who moved to Brazil to study master of puppeteering, puppet mastering something. And now Ekeberg with the initiative.
And the disc. Most importantly, the disc.
Most important, the disc. Magnus is keeping calm. No one's on the mark, so he has all the time in the world. Ooh, and Eivind is on Eivind versus Eivind.
And there's the score.
And
it's
that's
10-9.
the score. And
And this means, ladies and gentlemen, that TFK first needs to score and then break Ekeberg to be able to go to the final, or to avoid pancake in the semifinals. This is going to be an uphill struggle, but if anybody's going to pull it off, it might just be TFK.
It might just be. It might just be. Yeah, this is super exciting.
And this is the third game that's been super close between TFK and Ekeberg.
And I feel it's time for Ekeberg to actually get it, because they had some super close games with Universe Point and then lost it. So I really kind of hope Ekeberg will be able to reel this one in.
Oh, that's a glorious grab by Magne. Such a focus, such a hand-eye coordination, and willing to give it up just to get the disc. TFK is cutting.
Yeah, that's a very good grab there from Sikkel Magne. It was right in front of us. We applauded him. I'm going to give him some chocolate after. But let's see how this game ends first.
There.
Oh,
that's a turn. This might be the last point. It might be over. Can Ekeberg convert? That's the question. Magnus looks deep. There's Sitara. Oh, she doesn't make the catch. It's just outside her reach.
It's a really good layout effort there by Sitara. And if she would have caught that, I think all of the 5 people left in the hall would have gone crazy. It was really, because the throw wasn't accurate. It wasn't on point. TFK back with the disc now. And that's a horrible throw, I would say. Mats was in front of Lars Jakob, so, well, okay, I didn't see his perspective. I'm not saying it was horrible. Could have done better. Magnus again with the disc. Magnus looking very calm and easy. Sitara trying to break free in the end zone. It's a jump pass back to Magnus. Magnus is giving directions. Mats is with a hammer.
And there it is. There it is. Ekeberg has finally done it. They've beaten TFK. It's been so close so many times. And just watch these scenes of Ekeberg, of course, being elated.
That's pure joy. That's a great game by Ekeberg. Staying in, it was going back and forth, and Ekeberg are going to be super, super happy with this win. Facing BSI in the semis tomorrow. And if they're going to keep up with this play, some say they're favorites to win the tournament. People are talking on Twitter and Facebook, etc., etc.
That's Paul doing his best, the Donald Trump impersonation. Yeah. And of course, Ekeberg is not the favorite to win the tournament. It has and will always be Pancake, best team in Norway.
It's going to be a very interesting semi-final tomorrow between TFK and Pancake for sure.
Absolutely.
Tune in tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of exciting games, placement games, semis, and then finals. So yeah, it's been a lot of really good games today. They're all going to be put out on YouTube eventually. Thankfully for the great live stream that the guys have been setting up here. And thanks to the awesome commentators that have made it exciting to watch, I would say.
That would be us.
That would be us, yep.
Thanks for everybody that's watched.
I'm not playing tomorrow, I'm just doing commentary, so that'll be fun.
Are you changing careers?
Absolutely.
With good reason. Here we see some of the highlights.
Oh, that's the highlights, yeah.
Seeing the toe in by Ivan. Very nice, well done. Showing great body awareness, doing absolutely what's necessary. The hammer from Ivan just thrills it through the wall, finding Magne in the end zone. And it's so close. It's just like a centimeter before Magnus gets a hand on it, and that would probably disturb Magne enough to drop it.
Yeah, there's a lot of like really close throws, and these that's a very nice up the line like cut from Ole, and I think it's Lars Jakob who's really frustrated with well, something. I'm exhausted. I'm just gonna go home and go to bed, I think. Yeah, because there's not a party tonight, right? We're all gonna just go home, sleep, and be rested and
There actually is a
fit
party.
for a fight tomorrow.
No, there's a party, and you should probably go.
I should go. Thank you.
Yep.